Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to let the mystery wheel choose my crochet projects. And I think I'm going to pick like maybe 3 or 4 different crochet patterns to make in this video. So I have quite a few different options and I decided to only pick 3 crochet patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see what my first crochet project is going to be. Okay, so I got the flower ferret pattern by Wonder Crochet. This is a free pattern on her blog, and I'm really excited to make this one. I've been wanting to make it ever since she came out with this pattern. So this is what the pattern looks like. I don't know if you can see that very well. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out the colors that I want to use for this ferret. So for the ferret, I'm going to be using Parfait Chunky in Mushroom and Acorn. And this is Hobie Toucan yarn. I would use Parfait Chunky, but I'm trying to get rid of my toucan yarn. I think this is my last skein of it. So if I finish this off, then all of my toucan yarn will be gone and I can use Parfait Chunky. So I'm going to start working on this and I'll update you later. So I'm finished crocheting the petals. This is how much blue yarn I have left. So I'm very close to finishing this skein. But I have 6 little flower petals. So now I just need to crochet the ferret. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll probably update you once the ferret's done. So I'm finished with the ferret and he turned out so cute. I really like the blue. And I'm definitely going to make some more with different colored flowers. And I could also make the ferrets different colors. So now I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see what my next project is going to be. Okay, I took the ferret off of the wheel, so I'm going to go ahead and spin it again. I got Cozy Friend Creations free penguin pattern. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out some colors for this guy. So I'm going to use Parfait Chunky in Tangerine, Fog, Black, and Hobie Honey Bunny in White. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and I'll update you later. So I'm not quite finished with the penguin yet, but I just wanted to show you what he looks like so far. The only piece I have left to make is the beak, and that's actually the only piece that you have to sew onto this little penguin. But his body just does not look right, and I think it's because the stitch count in the pattern was completely off. I think the body might have been supposed to be a little bit bigger, like 6 stitches bigger, because after round 11, I ended up with 18 stitches when I was supposed to have 24. But I didn't notice, so I continued with the rounds of single crochet. And then by the time I got to the first decreasing round, which is the round with the feet, I did not have enough stitches to do all of the decreases. And so I just assumed that I had messed up. So I frogged all the way back up to the white part and then redid it, and I still was 6 stitches short. And then I read through the pattern, and I just think it was a mistake in the pattern. Unfortunately, there were no comments on this post that said anything about that. There were only 2 comments, and they didn't really say anything about the pattern. They just said it was cute. Who knows, maybe I even did something wrong on the head, but I'm pretty sure, just looking at the pattern, I'm pretty sure the stitch count is just off, like maybe a round was skipped or not added to the pattern or something. So the round with the feet, I was supposed to decrease, and I did not decrease at all in that round, and I ended up with the right amount of stitches at the end of that round, and then I just decreased after that. So he's looking a little bit funny. I think his body is just a little bit too skinny for his head, but I'm going to go ahead and make the beak, and maybe he'll look a little bit better with his beak. And I still think he looks cute. He just kind of looks a little bit funny. I think his wings are a little bit big and his head is a little bit big for his body. But I'm going to go ahead and crochet the beak and sew it on, and then I'll show you what the penguin looks like once he's finished. So I finished the penguin. Even though his body is a little bit small, I think he turned out super cute, and I definitely think the beak made him look even cuter. I definitely think I'll make this pattern again in the future. I think this would be a really cute plushie to make for markets because it's pretty small and it's quick and easy to work up. Just keep in mind that the stitch count is off, so just don't do the decreases in the first decrease round. Just do regular single crochets and then do the decreases for the next 2 rounds, and the pattern will turn out super cute. So now that I finished this guy, I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel again to see what project I'm making next. So I'm going to be making the mini cow pattern by Nooks Hooks. This is a free pattern on her Instagram. So this is the cow pattern. It's no sew. I'm not sure what colors I'm going to make it in yet. I might just go ahead and do the same colors that she used, but I also am kind of thinking about doing black and white. I'm going to go ahead and pick out the colors for this, and I'll show you what colors I ended up choosing. So I think I'm going to use Parfait Chunky in the color Apricot, and for the spots I'm going to use Honey Bunny, and I think this is the color Caramel, and then white. This looks like it's going to be really fast to make, so I'm going to go ahead and make it super fast, and I'll show it to you once it's done. I finished crocheting the cow. I love the way it turned out. I think this is going to be great to bring to markets, so I'm definitely going to be making some more of these. I do wish I had used 10mm eyes instead of 8mm. So next time I make this pattern, I think I will probably use 10mm, but I think he turned out so cute. I love the colors that I used, and I think he's going to turn out super cute in black and white or gray and white. So I'm very excited to make some more of these. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy back here, and then I'm going to spin the wheel again to see what my next crochet project is going to be. I got the Splooting Triceratops by Ally Crochet, so I have the tutorial pulled up on her channel. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out some colors for this guy, and I'll show you the colors once I have those picked. So I think I'm going to make a green Triceratops. So I have Parfait Chunky in the colors Key Lime and Goblin. And then there are some white details, so I'm just going to use Honey Bunny in white. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'll check in with you guys later. I finished the Triceratops. This is what he looks like. I think he turned out super cute. He's so much smaller than I thought he would be, but I think he's really cute anyway. I really love the colors that I used. He did take me quite a while to make, but I think it was worth it because he turned out super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. I think this next one is going to be the last one that I make for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel and see what my last crochet project is. So I have 4 options left on the wheel. So I got Crochet Call's free otter tutorial. So this is the otter. I'm really excited to make it. I'm trying to decide if I want to make the little flower and the little plant on his head. I think I might just make a normal otter. But I'm going to go ahead and pick out the colors for this guy, and then I'll show you what colors I picked. So I think I'm going to use Parfait Chunky in Teddy Bear and Cream. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this guy, and I will check in with you probably once he's done. So I finished crocheting the otter. Here he is. He's super cute. He took a little bit longer to make than I thought he would because the only piece that was crocheted on was the tail, and when I was looking at the picture on the thumbnail of the tutorial. It looked like it was going to at least be low sew. I assumed that the head and the body were going to be one piece, and maybe the arms were some kind of bobble stitch, and the ears were not surface crocheted on, they were a separate piece that you had to sew on. But even though there was a lot of sewing involved, it really didn't take too long. And then, like I said, the tail was crocheted in, so I didn't have to sew that on. It just took slightly longer than I thought it was going to, but it still didn't take very long. I definitely think I'm going to make some more of these for markets because they're pretty small and they're pretty quick to make. So I think I'm definitely going to make some more of these for markets. But that's everything that I crocheted for this video, so I'm going to really quickly go over everything that I made. I'm pretty sure the first thing that I made was the flower ferret, and I think this one is one of my favorite things that I made in this video because he's just so cute. And I definitely think I'm going to make some more of these with different colored flowers, and also make the ferret different colors because I know that there are a lot of different colored ferrets. Ooh, I could make a white ferret. That would be cute. But I think maybe I'll make a white one next. So there's the flower ferret. And then I think the next one was the penguin. He is so cute, and I think I'm probably going to make some more of these. And then I'm pretty sure I made the cow next. And I know I'm saying this about everything, but I will be making some of these for the festival that I'm going to in May. I don't know if I skipped a step in the pattern or if there's just no tail, but I feel like it looks kind of funny without a tail, so I might go back into the pattern and see if I skipped a step. If not, I'll just leave them like this. And I think I want to make a black and white one next, but I also saw some people make some gray and white ones, like dark gray, and they're super cute. So I think I'm going to make one of those too. And I don't know if she has a mod for a Highland cow, but if she doesn't, I could just do some like little chains on his head and turn it into a Highland cow. That would be really cute too. And then I made the Triceratops. This guy took a little longer than I thought he was going to, especially for the size. I thought he would be a little bigger than this, but he's still adorable, and if people like him, I think I'll make some more in different colors. I feel like the colors in person look a whole lot brighter than they do on camera. And then, of course, the otter that I just showed you. He's super cute, and like I said, I'll definitely be making more of these. So that's everything for this challenge. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you let me know what types of videos you would like to see in the future. If you watched all the way to the end, leave an otter emoji in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!